Waylon. Waylon. He wants a tomato. Waylon. Waylon. His foot. I must just be doing it wrong. I think it's the way the boot is cut.
So maybe he needs a 5-inch cowboy boot.
The other one slipped. The other one slipped right on. This one might be more easier for us to manage because of all of this. Look at all this. You can open it all up. And the other one just slipped right in. Now this one's too big.
His foot was not in that boot.
No, this one's too small. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Come on, Waylon. Come on, Waylon. Waylon. Come on. Waylon. He's talking about it. No. He won't walk with the new boots on.
Yeah, they'll take them in.
Hi, buddy. Yep.
Okay, I want to address a concern that several of my viewers have brought up now, because I posted that video on Facebook of Waylon in the snow, and I got a couple comments there. It was 35 degrees outside, which is the same temperature as inside of a walk-in cooler at like Costco. Like if you're going into the dairy section and it's like a giant like refrigerator and you're walking into the refrigerator, that's how it felt. It was not windy. We were just walking from the car into the house, and we were only outside for 3 minutes. The shoes were not wet when I took them off his feet, and the bottom of the shoes had like thick rubber, so his feet were still warm when I took the shoes off. His little fingers and his little hands were still warm when we went inside, and his ears were still warm when we went inside. We go to Costco all the time, and I take Waylon into the dairy section and take him into the cooler, and he's totally fine, even in shorts. So it's not a big deal. He's okay. Waylon did not get hurt. Waylon was not very cold. There was probably a less than a 1% chance that he could get frostbite from touching a little bit of snow on his fingertips. I've let him play with ice cubes before and popsicles and stuff, and there's more of a risk with those than the snow. That was Waylon's first time experiencing snow. He's still just a little baby, and a lot of the shoes in the store don't fit him correctly. And we did get him a new hat, but he will not keep shoes, socks, or mittens on. And he also keeps pulling his hat off too. So obviously I will keep putting it on, but I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not going to yell at him. I'm not going to force him to do stuff he doesn't want to do. So what happens is we'll go outside, and if he takes his hat off, he'll realize that it's cold, and he lets me put it back on sometimes. But that's only after he gets cold and he feels cold and he understands that the hat keeps him warm. So I just want to let you guys know that Waylon's okay. If he stands out in the snow for 3 minutes, he had shoes on, he had a onesie on and sweatpants, very thick sweatpants. And on top of the onesie, he had a short sleeve shirt. It was a long sleeve onesie. He had a short sleeve shirt and then a sweater on top of that. So babies cannot wear big bulky coats when they're in the car seat, because then you can't get the straps all the way tight. And if there's a car accident, the baby slips out of the coat and slips out of the car seat and flies through like the windshield, and you know what would happen if that happened to a baby. So you put them in a bunch of thin layers to keep them warm, so that you don't have to put a coat on and off of them, because he's a little baby, he's going to fight me. It's going to add 20 minutes onto our routine. When I get him from daycare, I just carry him to the car. It takes half a minute to get to the car. And if I have to, I wrap him in a blanket if it's that cold. And then put him in the car seat. In the car, it's anywhere from 75 to 80 degrees, because I got the heat on in there, because I like the heat. And then I'm not going to get in there and put a coat on him just to carry him in the house. So I just wanted to let you guys know, I'm not a bad mom. I have thought of these things. I know it looks weird when you see a little kid out in the snow and they don't have a hat on and they don't have mittens. But he's okay. It's gonna be okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We were only out there for a couple minutes. We went right into the house. Like, I'm sure you could walk outside right now with no hat on and no gloves and be fine. Humans can be cold for a couple minutes. Like, nothing bad is gonna happen. It's gonna be okay. So just want to let you guys know, I see your comments. I am open for criticism, but I wanted to explain the reason why Waylon was in the snow with no hat on and no mittens. I put the shoes on so that his feet wouldn't get in the snow and be cold. He only touched the snow with his hands a little bit. He wasn't like holding it for a long time, so he's okay.